Are you a motherless daughter? What if we told you we have 20 years worth of truth treasures, pearls of wisdom, and diamonds of hope to help you with your mother loss? We do, and we share all things mother loss on Nurturing Words, Voices of Experience, a podcast by the Motherless Daughters Ministry. Give yourself some self-care and listen as we discuss grief, regret, anger, redemption, closure, and so much more.
Hello, I'm Gladys Bell, your host for today. In this episode, we are talking about reflecting back on our past year. Perhaps 2023 was a hard year for you. If so, listen to the words of one of our blog writers as she reflects on a particularly challenging season in her life. I found it hopeful thinking of these times as a season. It might feel like a cold winter season in your life, but perhaps God is beginning a new season in you. Let's listen to The Season of Searching.
Winter has a way of revealing. After the beauty of fall, when the colors of gratitude fade, we find the bones of the earth begin to emerge. The core of what has been kept hidden peeks through as the foliage of protection falls away. It is now visible, vulnerable. I was not too familiar with the term and description of life having seasons until someone said to me this past year, "You are in the midst of a difficult season, but you will get through it." What did that even mean? I came to realize life is much more like seasons that surround us throughout the year. How our lives change to bring beauty, hardship, warmth, and vulnerability. Seasons of the soul are not counted in days or months, as we might find the seasons of the year. Rather, they are measured in growth, challenges, change, and peace. As I reflect on this past year, I find that it has been a season of searching. My season of searching led me through many winding roads, uphill and downhill. I pushed through doors I thought I had bolted shut and found truths that I didn't realize were struggling to reveal their bone structure to me. I found God this past year. He had never really left me, but I had not let him be a part of my life, a part of my heart until this year. This season of searching found me in the midst of spiritual warfare and facing the darkest depths of hidden secrets that began to emerge within me. I have found friends and a light I never knew. I have lost loved ones. I have laughed and I have cried. Facing a difficult season can be scary. Stripping away layers of what may have protected us for a while leaves us naked, exposed, and vulnerable. But taking that step, allowing yourself to sit inside your hard truth, your sadness, and evaluating ways you tried to cope that perhaps really weren't working can lead to amazing fulfillment. It can also lead to more questions, more challenges. Seasons of searching often begin with hard times. Chaos and unraveling of what we have known takes place in pieces of our lives until it can no longer be ignored. If we can walk through this valley with the knowledge that we don't walk alone, that there is a light and understanding to be found on the other side, we will soon begin to emerge with the buds of new growth, new life, breathing around us and within us. Bright colors, new foliage, and renewed faith await on the other side of your season of searching. What are some of the hard truths you face this year? Did you have to let something or someone go? Did you gain something or someone in your life? When we navigate the seasons of life, we cannot lose sight that we are not meant to do it alone. Who walks with you? Who has God placed in your life to help you through this season of searching? Our paths cross with one another for a reason. Keep your eyes and your heart open, for it may even be that God is trying to use you to help someone else. Listen for his whispers. As you watch the seasons of God's creation change outside your living room window, when winter reveals the bones of the earth, Be sure to take note of how He is changing you and the lives around you as well. Be willing to look at what lies within you, what is yet to be revealed. I will be praying for peace for you and sending you hope and love.
Now we're going to take a moment and share with you something we're really excited about. The Journey Retreat, Healing the Wounds of Mother Loss One Step at a Time, is a residential retreat focusing on mother loss and its effect on your life, how her emotional and physical absence shapes your identity, influences your style of mothering and relationships, how your grief surfaces throughout your lifetime, and how you experience living beyond your mother's final years. This weekend could literally change your life. Are you ready? Mark your calendar. The next retreat is coming April 26th through the 29th, 2024. Registration opens Monday, January 22nd. Space is limited, so secure your spot early during the flash sale from January 22nd through the 27th. Learn more on our Facebook page or on our website at motherlessdaughtersministry.com. We look forward to meeting you in April. Now, allow me to share thoughts submitted by our podcast administrator, Sarah Lynn Wells, as she went oyster diving for pearls about this blog. I hope you were blessed with that story as much as I was. What beautiful imagery and reminder that even our hardest seasons can bring about new hope and changes. It does not feel like that in the moment, but God can turn our ashes into beauty. Romans 8:28 says, quote, "And we know that God causes all things to work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to His purpose." For me, these seasons can make it hard to continue to trust God. It seems, for some, seasons of sorrow and longing bring them closer to God. But I've found these seasons make it hard for me to trust God's goodness and provision for my life. I appreciate the honesty of our blogger in her own struggles with this. When I'm feeling lost or in pain, I can often turn to my own strength. It may work for a period of time, but it always fails. I alone do not have the strength to get through these seasons on my own. As part of the blog posting, the author included a link to the song entitled, "If the Lord Builds a Home." Let's end our episode with the words to that song, which speak to the importance of giving these seasons and our pain to God, who can make all things new. Quote, "I've built up my own name, but the walls couldn't stand. I've trusted my own strength, but it was sinking sand. So I put my ruins into your hands and watch you restore them like only you can. 'Cause if the Lord builds the house, nobody can tear it down. If the Lord builds the house, nobody can tear it down. When it's built on His name, there's nothing gonna shake this ground. If the Lord builds the house, nobody can tear it down. The bricks may be weathered through storm and through fire. But what God holds together, it stands firm every time. 'Cause my life is anchored on this solid truth that whatever God's building, no, it can't be moved. If the Lord builds the house, nobody can tear it down. When it's built on His name, there's nothing going to shake this ground. As for me and my house, we're going to serve you, Lord. So here's the keys. Come on in. Everything we have is yours. As for me and my house, We're going to serve you, Lord. So here's the keys. Come on in. Everything we have is yours. If the Lord builds the house, nobody can tear it down. When it's built on His name, there's nothing going to shake this ground.
Thank you for joining us here at Motherless Daughters Ministry. If you need more nurturing words, we encourage you to have a listen to other episodes of this podcast. Don't forget to hit the subscribe or follow button so you can join us again next time.